I will say this about the vote on TARP, because I want to be straight, and a lot of you would have been against it. I actually, the last 24 hours before the vote, said I would probably vote yes. I did so for two very profound reasons. The first was, as a student of history, when you have the Chairman of the Federal Reserve and the Secretary of the Treasury tell you that the entire world financial system is on the edge of a catastrophic collapse, I personally am not prepared to say my judgment is sufficiently superior. I would rather gamble on a Great Depression. And I just be straight. I mean, every single major financial analyst, whether it was Greenspan or it was Volcker or it was Bernanke or it was Paulson, all of them said, this is the biggest crisis we've seen since 1929, and if we don't do something, the entire world system is going to freeze up, and there will be no credit anywhere on the planet. Second thing that hit me was, I was very biased against it, and I'd opposed it all the previous week. I had a number of very, very successful businessmen who called me and said, you need to understand, this system's on the edge of total meltdown. These were people who weren't politicians, they weren't liberals, some of them were very right-wing. But they said, this is a true crisis. This is like having a heart attack. This is a true crisis. And so in that context, I didn't blame Bennett or anybody else. But I think that Bennett had a deeper problem. Bennett is a very nice man, and he's a very reasonable man. And he had a natural instinct of working with Democrats. And I think what had happened, he was in a convention, which is probably the most conservative thing you'd be in, and he is in Utah. So you can imagine, he's the most conservative group in Utah. I think people, many, many people, are angry, and I think they want somebody who feels like a fighter and who's going to go back and fight to stop the left. And I think that's a very deep part of what's going on, is that working, middle-class, tax-paying Americans are really fed up with Washington, and they want people who are prepared to sort of be tough and to try to change it.